And what do you have to say about sarcopenia?
See, sarcopenia is a very, very recent concept. It was never heard of before 2000.
Correct.
Until 2020 years ago, no one knew what sarcopenia is. It started in Europe, in geriatric population, while scanning patients. Initially, no one knew. Means if we've seen geriatric people, our grandfathers, grandmothers are frail. They have loose skin and less muscle mass, but no one thought of it. Then they started quantifying it, that with age you start losing muscle mass. Okay, that continued for about 8 years. In
Right.
2008, someone had a brain spark.
Yes.
Cancer patients, see, the cancer cells is using the nutrition of your body, which is meant for your normal cells. Even they are growing, and they are growing at much faster rate. So they are basically proliferating from the other cells and growing. So other cells are denied. So your muscle mass starts to decrease. And
Correct.
that muscle mass leads to a loss of function. What we calculate in a patient is PS, known as a performance, do the daily activities himself or not. So when we scan a patient, imagine a CT scan. When we scan a patient, we get this gamut of images and we have different tissues. We can see muscle, fat, air beautifully. So imagine a patient who has a high burden of the cancer, is not receiving nutrition. The cancer will get its supply at all costs. The burden on you. So the muscles of your body are losing protein. And that is sarcopenia. Sarco is muscle, penia is loss. And then we have studied it in a range of cancers. I've done a study on it on lung cancers. The thing is, if the patient is nutritionally poor, imagine all the modalities I was telling about treatment. If the patient is curative, surgery. So if you take a bite, a suture after cutting something, it is taken into muscle. If the patient has low muscle mass, the suture will give way. The patient will have surgical complications. Imagine chemotherapy. If the patient has sarcopenia, chemotherapy, there will be more vomiting. Your GI tract will not be able to tolerate the food, the drugs, more vomiting, more stools, more hair loss. Imagine radiation therapy. Even bones have proteins. If we have given radiation for breast cancer, we have patients who are sarcopenic that post radiation, they had fractures of their vertebral column because they were sarcopenic, not enough protein. So if you can target them to a nutritionist before starting treatment, they will have less complication and a better chance of recovery. So sarcopenia cancer is a very recent concept, maybe the last decade.
Yeah, and the importance of a nutritionist is undeniable, right?
Absolutely. I'm telling you, it is undervalued. People don't give their importance.
It is undervalued, yes. It is undervalued because they don't know the importance of the right nutrition getting into their body. Correct. And also, if you compare it to sarcopenia with radiology, how exactly would your comments be on that?
See, radiology, what happens is when you stage a patient for cancer treatment, you will always require a scan. Either it is a PET scan or a CT scan. That will always be there. Because without imaging, you cannot know how to diagnose cancer, nor will you know what is the stage of cancer, nor will your treatment decisions be decided.
Perfect. Yes.
When you image, there are specialized softwares out there, very expensive currently. Hopefully, we'll be able to develop cheaper ones for our country, which can outline compartments in your body. Like, this is my skin, it will be my muscle compartment, underlying it will be a bony compartment. Similarly, in your abdomen, we are trying to develop something where you can compartmentalize the fat beneath your skin, the muscle, the fat within your tummy, and the muscle within the organs. That people have had indices for. First, it was thought all size fits one thing. Europeans, as usual, all size fits one. Then Koreans were the first to say, no, we have a different sarcopenic cutoff than you all guys. We are a genetically different population. We have a different geographical climate. So Koreans were the first movers after the Europeans. Then multitude of countries have done it. At the Southeast Asia specific cutoffs and a software which can help identify them. If successful, that each basal scan we will be able to devise sarcopenia for all patients at baseline itself. They will not need any extra expenditure, no extra investigation, nothing, nada.
But only if that is possible.
Right now, it's a very tedious process. The thing is, imagine manually doing it. It's not possible. I have been doing it for some time, so I can tell you with confidence, it's not very easy right now doing it manually.